do a couple more weighted averages. All right, let's do a couple more weighted averages. So some of you have 0 winnings, which means you ended up with 10. Some of you have negative winnings, which means you ended up with less than 10. And some of you have positive winnings, which means you ended up with more than 10. So what I want to do is, let's just keep the winnings with a frequency table. So we're going to do one more weighted, we'll do a couple more weighted averages, I guess, today, and we'll call it a day. So some of the negatives, give me the smallest negative. Who got like a negative 4 out there? Negative 4, Jess? Negative 5?
I got negative 3.
Negative 3. Anybody below negative 5? Okay, so negative 5 is our least number. So that means we essentially lost enough to cancel out half of what we started with. So negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is anybody above 4 for winnings? Positive 4. Maybe, what were you? 6. Anybody above 6?
I was 6.
6?
You want to know how many wins?
No, I want to know at the end how much you won. So when you take 10 away from what you're left with.
7.
7. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. That's all we're going to need. This keeps track of the entire class. So now I'm going to go around the room. Raise your hand if that winning corresponds to you. Negative 5. That was 1. We got 1. Good. Negative 4. Negative 3. Negative 2. Negative 1. 0. Break even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2. No, you profited, right? Or Marichelle, did you?
She did.
Okay, so break even is again. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's my ADD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I forgot. Sorry.
6.
I know you were counting.
It's all good.
We're eating
It's all-
Starburst over here.
That's okay. Eat Starburst. Enjoy. Eat Starburst. Be happy.
Pink ones.
Profit of 1. So those of you that ended with 11. Nobody with 11. Okay. Profit of 2. Profit of 3. Profit of 4. That was a couple of you. That's okay. So hang on a second, Jess. You're here.
A 3, yeah.
That's okay. Profit of 4 again. I'm sorry. Profit of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Profit of 5. 6. And 7. That was Amy. Okay. Let's calculate our average winnings as a class. Let's calculate our average winnings as a class. Remember how to do a weighted average? Of course you do. Of course you do.
I think it's 7.
Say it again.
17.
7. You would end with 17, so you profit.
17.
Yes, ended with 17 means you profited 7. Pretty crazy, huh? Technically speaking, you could end with a profit of 10 if you won every single bet.
I won in the first 9.
Does that make sense?
And lost the last one.
I mean, the actual feasible range of bets winnings goes 0 to 20. If you lose every single round, you would end with 0, which means you were down negative 10 winnings, right? And if you won every single round, you'd end up with 20, which means a profit of 10. Does that make sense? It's not making sense, and I apologize. So the feasible range, the possible range goes negative 10 to positive 10. Very rarely does somebody lose every single round. It's never happened in this class. And also almost equally as rare as somebody winning every single round. It would be essentially, well, I'm going to stop right there. We'll get back to that, what it would be essentially. Cool?
That's not a negative 1 down there.
No, that's a 1. Sorry, go ahead.
I was trying to think of the possible outcomes and I didn't know how.
Absolutely, sir, right. It could go negative 10 to 10 theoretically.
17 is a possible.
17 is impossible to end, which means you profited 7. That's why it's 7.
Okay.
So what I'm doing with this table, to include the negatives, I'm taking away the 10 you started with. That's why it doesn't go 0 to 20, it goes negative 10 to 10. You have to account for the losses somewhere. Because every time you play the game, you're betting, right? Every time you play the game, you're betting, which means you're in the hole before you even start. But that's how Vegas works. I mean, that's why Vegas works. Cool? All right, let's do it. So we got negative 5 times 1 plus negative 4 times 1 plus negative 3 times 1 plus negative 2 times 3 plus negative 1 times 1 plus 0 times 6. I'm going to write it, although it doesn't contribute anything to the overall total, does it? Because it zeroes out. 1 times 0, if you don't mind, I'm going to leave that one off altogether. Nobody profited 1. So there's no reason even writing it. We'll jump to 2 times 2 plus 3 times 3, I believe. Keep me honest on this, friends.
That's weird.
Plus 5 times 4.
Wait, you missed what about 4? 4
times.
Oh,
minus
5. I missed 4 times 3. How did I jump right over that? Wait, I did something wrong.
4 times 4.
1 times 0. 2 times 2 I got. 3 times 3 I got. 4 times 4. Shouldn't be 5 times 4. It should be 4 times 4. Thank you. 5 times 0, so I'm going to skip that one. 6 times 2. And 7 times 1. Whew! 2, 3, 6, 7, 13, 15, 22, 25. Check my math on that one. You have to divide that by 25 people. Check my math on that. Check my math. That's okay. 25. We got a thumbs up on 25. We got a 27. Let's everybody add it a couple more times. I want to make sure that's not enough beyond a reasonable doubt to make sure I added it right.
25.
10, 28, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I need 25 a second time adding it differently. The same exact thing happened 4 hours ago at Masters. We're trying to figure out how long the workout was today. We got anywhere from 1,600 meters to 2,800 meters.
You're crazy.
That's a hell of a difference. 1,600 to 2,800. That's like a mile's worth of difference in adding. Of course, adding at 5 a.m. is slightly different too. Cool? All right, what do we get for an average? Let's see what we get. Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can do this in my head. You guys can use your technology. I'm trying to do it in my head. Oh, that's kind of cool. This is 6. Let's see if I got this right. 29 25ths. Check my math on that.
That's what I got.
It's 29 25ths. Guess what? Okay, good. Which means, what's 4 25ths is,
1.16.
yeah.
Positive,
Positive. It's positive, isn't it? It's not negative. It's positive. Which means we should all be running down to Vegas right now and betting everything we have in our savings accounts on craps.
Yes.
Because this is a guaranteed way of turning $1 invested into $1.16.
After 10 games.
Ah, well, actually, we played at 250 games, didn't we? Because 25 of you played 10 games, didn't we? Yeah. But nobody's jumping up and running out of here, grabbing their keys and their best friends and the people they want to marry on the strip.
I won 9 in a row and I don't gamble, so I'm not going
I
anywhere.
want to finish this class.
Well, you cut. Oh, I'm curious.
Wait for faster checks next turn.
Wait for the faster checks to bank on that. Yes. So none of you seem convinced that we should be running out of here and running down to Vegas and banking on this. Now why? It's positive.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. What do you mean? It's not enough. I love that statement. What do you mean, Amber?
That's not enough money.
Oh!
Enough positive money.
Now, you got it. Now, hang on now. I want to adjust it's not enough twice. First of all, that's 16%
Interest
interest
not bad.
on a bank. Nobody in this room, anybody, myself, anybody included, is getting 16% interest on any of their investments right now. So if you view that as 16% growth in an investment of $1, I say get the hell out of here. Let's go now. 16% interest. That's ridiculous to think about. So it is enough money because this is
Not
again.
enough to chance it.
Now, what are you saying? Chance? It's positive.
Not always.
What? Not always.
On average.
On average. So we averaged over 250. So Amber, you answered my question twice. Thank you, sister. It doesn't seem like a lot of money, 16 cents on a dollar. That's a hell of a lot of money, right? That's 16% interest. However, what Amber followed that was, it won't always happen. And that is the problem with a small data set like this one, isn't it? We saw 250 rolls. We saw 250 rolls. The problem is, we probably want to see a few thousand rolls before we make a call about this. Because what does randomness do often? It very often clumps. If you look at these winning, the winning distribution versus a losing distribution, you notice that we got a 6 and a 7, which would correspond to a -6, -7, but we didn't get any of those. We were heavy on the win end and not heavy on the low end. That's going to happen because randomness does clump. So the question is, should we do 250 more to see if the negative end flops out? Sure, but I got a better idea. let's actually calculate the chance of winning using the laws of probability. And then do one more weighted average. I think we're down, if we're following on the quiz, okay? It says now that we're all sugared up, let's analyze the results starting by calculating each overall chance of winnings. So the chance of us winning on a pass line bet, how many of us won? We have our average winnings, yes? We averaged $1.16 win. Or a one, I guess, I keep saying $1.16, it's a starburst in a 16. It's not really money. I can't use money in here. So, Ashley, how many of us won?
12.
12 of us won, yes? 12 of us won out of 25 of us playing. These are 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So 12 of us won, 25 of us played. What's the chance of winning? 12 out of 25, which is just a little bit below a half, isn't it? 12 24ths would be a half. 12 25ths is a little bit worse. Now how can it be that there's a 12 25ths chance of winning, which is a little below 50-50, but we profited positively?
Because those who profited more.
Say that again, nice and loud, Ash. I'm not
Because
recording this.
those
I
who
am good.
profited more.
Yes, it's a hard statement to make it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Fewer than half of us won, correct? I'm not counting zero win as, I'm counting that as a break even. You didn't actually win anything. You won by profiting. Fewer than half of us won, but the ones that won big. That's another reason I don't like this data set to bank on, yes? You've often heard the state of Oregon say things like, lottery should be played for entertainment purposes only. If you misinterpret this result right here, this positive 1.16, you might think to yourself, my God, it's a great investment.
Everybody's winning.
Everybody's winning, right? Because we're all profiting, except we're not all profiting. The 12 that won drove the average up.
Yeah.
So let's analyze this now. This is a theoretical one down here. The chance of winning on a pass line bet, theoretical. This is going to take us a few minutes to work through, because we have to work out all the fractions of all the results of ways to win. Okay? So everybody get comfy. Everybody get comfy. It's going to take a little bit. It'll take a little bit of time. I'll go to the sideboard over here. You better have a starburst for this, yes.